Hello there, it's me again. Welcome to Two of a Kind. Today we're going to have a special guest, a couple. Two of them are singers, and the husband sometimes presents a program. Let me give you a clue about what program he presents. Think of the sound a motorbike makes when it's in motion. That's not clue enough? Okay, enjoy this music break. I'll be back. This song makes me hungry each time I watch the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on stage Two.
Hey, you, wait. Move back. Where's your invitation card?
Who, me? Nah, me. Nah, you don't know me again.
Alright, so saying. Move back.
Down. It will show now.
Go. Pull it.
We are all one. Let me explain. Listen.
See them for every party, oh show free. You go see them for every wedding, mo brand. You go jam them for any kind of celebration. You go see them where free food plenty.
Madame, I don't make you for my again.
Celebrate, Tani celebrant, Tani hostess, Talon Chile, Talon Baya, Talon Shodun, Talon Bimo, Baba Rele, Talon birthday, oh.
I sit down for my share. Anita ló pè mí sí party. Èwo ní tirẹ̀? Pé forun. Abẹ́gì, ìsáàtì fún mi níyàn pẹ̀lú bullsmith. Àti ẹ̀gúsí. Okay now. Pẹ̀lú stockfish. That's all. Fún mi ní plantain. Oh yes. Àti fresh fish. Sàké àǹpọ̀nmọ́. Àti mọ́ínmọ́ín. Coleslaw. Yes. Mọ́sọ̀. Salad. Chinese. Pepper steak. Puff. Samosa. Ẹ má jò pọ̀ jù. I dey watch my way with you.
Celebrate, Tani celebrant, Tani hostess, Talon Chile, Talon Baya, Talon Shodun, Talon Bimo, Baba Rele, Talon Jogi, Shena freedom, Abina birthday, oh.
Yes, I know you indeed enjoyed that music video by Tunde and Wunmi Obe, and it makes me hungry every time I see it. I'm sure you're hungry. My advice to you is to grab a bite while you enjoy the conversation. We're actually at their home, and I must say it's indeed a beautiful, cozy environment. And you know, when you're with them, there's so much love in the air. So I hope you get inspired as you listen to them. Welcome to our show, Two of a Kind. You're indeed two. You fit the title of this program.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah, thank you for having us in your home. It's a beautiful home. Who did the interior?
We both did, I guess.
Both did. It wasn't deliberate. It was like, this is what we have. This is the theme of this house.
We always
we planned it.
You planned it?
We had to work on it. We want these colors. It should be like this, like
What
this.
colors don't people normally use?
Yeah.
You know, what pink rugs?
So we had to.
You don't normally see pink rugs, so you have to really source for them.
Well, I'll say congratulations because it turned out all right. Now, we just saw your music video and it's brilliant.
Thank you.
What was it like putting it together?
Hard work, a lot of hard work, because we had to throw a real party. We had to provide every single thing that is required to put a classy party together.
Wow.
Catering, food, drinks, hall decor, you know, as well as the guests, and so everything had to be real.
It was shot in one day.
Well, it had to be. It had to be shot in
Wow.
one.
And you played like 3 roles, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I played 2 roles.
I play 3 roles.
So it's been indeed comical. It's one of the favorite videos we've seen in a very long time. You know, say congratulations. Now, this program is about both of you, family life. How did you find each other? Because people say it's difficult to find a soulmate, but when they see you, they just know, we are sure that, oh, these people are meant by God to be together. So,
I just say, when you find your soulmate, you might not know. You might not know instantly. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, it takes God to know that this is the person you're supposed to be spending the rest of your life with. You can imagine. I think it didn't even occur to us for a while that our initials spelled two. You know, after we were married, that was TWO. It took a while. So things like that, even though God had planned it even before we met or before we were born, it took us a while to realize that, okay, maybe this is the reason why we're together.
But how did you meet? I want the story, because a lot of people don't know. Just assume, okay, boy meets girl, but how did that encounter happen?
Well, it was in school. I was in Unilag, and we had a school band called Turning Point. And although he was with Lasso, he was the lead singer of that group. And they used to come to Unilag to rehearse. And all the other members were made of Unilag undergrads.
I was poached.
Yeah. So I think the female singer that was there before left, and they needed another female singer to take on all the other songs that were to be sung by female. So the bass guitarist now recommended me, and that's how I got into the band. And it was when I got to the band for rehearsals that I met him. You know, no, it wasn't love at first sight. No way. It was something that developed, in fact, over 2 years.
Over 2 years?
Yes.
That long?
Yes, because we were just working in the same band. I mean, just singing. That was it. And it was as time went on, the friendship developed. So we didn't really hit it off until. So
at what point, after the 2 years, did you know, oh, this is the woman I've been, or this is the woman I need now? Because then you were.
That's why I would like try to advise people. The best wife your best friend will probably make the best wife, because that was how it evolved. It evolved from like gisting, then you gist and find that you have the same ideals, you have the same goals, you have the same family background. Some things might not even be the same, but you kind of like agree on most things, or you kind of have the same vision for your future, how many kids you want to have, little things.
But wasn't it awkward when you started? Maybe like after 2 years, the first kiss. What was it like? Was it not like, hey, what are we doing?
Everything happened naturally.
Yeah, I think by the time it happened, it was like due.
It was overdue.
Okay.
It was
overdue. So it was like,
I was and I still remain a perfect gentleman. So I take my time, and I like to get to know people very well. I'm not that aggressive when it comes to moves.
I can imagine. So how long did the courtship last? Through school to?
All in all, we got married. Yeah.
Did you say 8 years?
Yeah.
8 years.
We met in 1988.
Yeah.
We started in 1990. We got married in 1998.
How did you keep it together? Because people say long courtships don't work. Then you can see the person's weaknesses and you are like so fed up.
No, but you're going to see the person's weaknesses in marriage anyway. So, that's what people don't realize. Isn't it better to know now and say, okay, yeah, it doesn't work. Let's go.
I can't deal with this.
I can't deal with this. You know, but I guess it's better in some ways. I mean, I don't recommend. Like what I always say is, what works for the goose doesn't always work for the gander. You know, like they say, what's good for the goose, it's not necessarily so. You know, everybody has their own different ways of meeting people.
Yeah.
And in our way, in our case, we just needed that time to be sure. You know, this was what we wanted and this was where we were going. But you know what we did do that a lot of people don't know is that, like even before we were married, we opened a joint account. That was
really?
yeah. That was to say commitment.
Who was doing the depositing and withdrawing? Because I always wonder about joint accounts.
Well, it depends on how responsible the two people are. If like, that's why I say what works for the goose doesn't necessarily work for the gander. If you're in a relationship with somebody who is, you know, frivolous with money, then the other person had better keep the checkbook or the bank book. You know, that is how it works. But at least we're saving towards something. So okay, what do we need to get married? We need to do a wedding. We need to rent a place that, you know, befits us.
So that 8 years, most of the 8 years was to plan
Yeah.
for the future.
You know, because you start talking about it, and that's the difference between most relationships. If you're in a relationship with a guy who's not talking about marriage, you won't give him.
Yeah.
You might not give him 8 years of your life, but if he's planning with you and telling you, look, okay, I put 80K there now, but so the money is now 500K. So I think before the end of next year, we'd have had enough to do this and that, and we can get a place, we can get married, we can do the wedding. Where do you think we should do the reception? You're planning. So the woman will, you know, you're making her feel at ease and you're giving her that ease. But if you're just going about it every day, is one bam, thank you, ma'am, you know, I'm off, yeah, I'm back again. Then the women it's like it takes a longer time, but you know, so that's it.
And were you working together during courtship?
Yeah.
Closely working together?
Yeah, we've always been, well, you know, we do different things here and there, but
You were never apart for like a long while?
no.
Not really. Because even the traveling, the Zoom time thing wasn't until after we got married.
Yeah, Zoom time started the year we got married. So that was 98. You know, so.
Now let's talk about your marriage proper. You planned towards it. I take it you had a big wedding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of.
What was special about the day?
Well, first of all, we have to do that. On the 26th of June, we went to the registry. That was just, in fact, when we said we were going to the registry, and we just told people that, in 2 weeks' time, we're going to the registry, like, are you pregnant? No, nothing like that. But we did it as a way to like commit ourselves because we were putting it off. No, let's do this first. So said, once we do that registry wedding, but we still live apart, we will be forced to fix a date for the church wedding.
That's true.
So the day we went to the registry, after we did that, we fixed the November 7th. So which became marriage blessing, really. So officially we got married in 2026. So on that one we did the marriage blessing, which was the big wedding, so to speak. And we had what a lot of people thought was a fairy tale wedding. It wasn't bad. It was
Okay.
What was that
nice.
special thing you did?
For two orphans, we did quite well for two orphans.
Orphans?
Yeah, we're both orphans.
You?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us about that. You don't have parents anymore, both of you?
No,
we didn't.
And that was one of the
You
things
lost your
that-
parents before the wedding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was one of the things that brought us closer, because first and foremost, we come from the same, like, my father was a breadwinner, her father was a breadwinner kind of thing. I mean, even though our mothers kind of did one or two things, but my father was an ambassador, her father, you know, was a newspaper publisher. So he was basically the financier, still the same thing. So losing our dads actually brought us down 3, 4, 5 rungs in the social ladder, and we felt that. And then we lost our moms a year apart as well. Her mom died in 93, my mom died in 94. So that made us effectively...
The same age.
Yeah, the same age. That made us effectively orphans. And I think that even brought us even closer.
Yeah.
So, you know, we wanted to have a good wedding so that if they're watching from heaven, they would say, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you did us proud after all. All right, you work together. A lot of people, like couples who work together, you know, they never make it at the end of the day. What is the secret behind your success so far?
I think it's a big mistake to say if couples... You see, that's why I keep saying, it depends on the motivation of the individual and how much love it really exists between a couple.
Okay.
Because you see, I believe that if you're working on something with your wife, who better to work with? Even if somebody is chopping your money, she is your wife. Who will she spend it on? Herself or maybe her children? You know, so if it's a good marriage, you know, we are both working towards the same thing with the same kind of intensity, and we're praying together. You see, there's nothing like a couple praying together for the same thing from God. Normally, it seems to come true. In our case, it's been success all the way.
Is this speaking
and
for you?
yes, it is. And I have a feeling that a lot of people, when they say, oh, couples working together, I think what they imagine is we wake up in the morning, take our bath, and then we stroll to the car together. We sit in the car. The driver drives us both to the office, and then we both sit in the office. We have lunch together. Oh, dear, it's time to close. Let's go. And then we get back into the car together, and it goes like that, on and on like that every day. No, it's not.
That's why I think that. Where is the space?
That's not the way it works. Of course, that would be. I don't know how. For some, maybe it still does work, but that is not how.
So,
it
what's
is
the
with
best
us.
practical way to make it successful?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, you go here. You take care of this. I'm here. I'm taking care of this. So we're in different places a lot of the time. So then we just come back home. And then we give the situation report. This is what has happened. Okay, what's our next move? Okay, so this we're doing this tomorrow. This, that. The next day, he's gone. I'm gone. You know, so it's like we go. That's
how busy are you people? Like weekends, are you always engaged? Because I know you could think.
Yeah.
So how busy are you?
Well, it depends on the month. It depends on the period.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have 3 shows a week. Sometimes for 3 weeks there might not be anything happening, but it depends.
So dry periods there.
But the band is only one aspect of what we do anyway.
So what are the other aspects? I know you present.
Yes.
You act.
Yes, and
she also owns a unisex salon. We also run 2 business centers.
You guys are so busy.
We have 2 offices as well.
And 3 children.
Alright, so how do you find time to relax? You know, given this schedule I'm seeing, it's so scary. How do you find time to relax in all of this?
Well, at least a lot of the time we just try to, we don't hang out till late at night, definitely. So we get back home pretty much early. If it's late, we're home 6 if it's late. A lot of the time, like I for one, I mean, maybe by 4 or 5 I'm home every day. Yeah, because once I pick the kids from school, I'm home. Okay. So whatever there is to be done, I try to get done
in the morning.
In the morning between that time and 2:30 when they close. So after that.
So you come to spend time with the kids at home. That's the point. And
yes.
It comes to. All right. And what do you do together as a couple? You know, for recreation. Since you come home early enough, what do you do? You watch TV? You write songs?
I think being in entertainment.
You don't write songs?
Not together. He can have an idea.
Yeah.
I can have an idea.
Okay.
So he comes in the video and he will say, okay, I have this song. He can bounce it off me. If I have a song, I'll bounce it off him. But not for us to sit together and say, let's write this.
Let's write a song deliberately.
We could even start like.
Have you tried that before? Have you ever tried like, let's write a song, Have you done that before in the past? Or
together?
Yes.
It won't work. How does it work? Because basically, what we wanted to do like Mogbomoya, we had a concept. We said, okay, look, there's one area that nobody has ever talked about, and it's these people that go to parties that are not invited. You know, and in the 80s, that Mogbomoya was a very popular phrase amongst the Yorubas, but nobody ever picked up on it and nobody ever did anything about it, and it had been forgotten. So we said, look, every party you go to, you see people that don't even know what is going on, whether it was but they just want to eat and they're hoping to get the gifts and all that. Let's do a song for them.
So who wrote that song?
She sat down and wrote it.
Brilliant song. How is it doing? What's the response?
Oh, it's very good.
I'm sure parties want that song. They want, even if the Moya people want to hear it too, they enjoy it. Even if they get crashed, it's just as well. Beautiful song.
Yes.
And the video, it's mind blowing. I can't get over it. I'm not supposed to bring it now in this conversation, but I can't help it. Now, tell us your favorite memories of being together, the marriage, the courtship, maybe one holiday trip you took, one romantic evening somewhere. For you can start. He's trying to think. I'm sure
we don't travel much. We don't go out
maybe locally.
Much, but memorable moments at times we spend with our children.
Sounds like routine.
We don't go out much. Really. Okay. I can't just think. I can't remember.
Valentine's Day this year, we locked ourselves in.
After Cupid's ball.
In a suite in a hotel.
Yeah, we just
spent quality time.
She's blushing from it. That's a memorable moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you've done many of such before, so
we do.
Our work takes us out for such trips anyway. Yeah. So it's like if we're going to play in Abuja or going to play outside Lagos, I have to stay in a hotel anyway. So
that's work. This one, you like, let's go.
It was after work, resting after work. No, it was. We were there because of work. But then when the work ended, we decided to take some extra time.
So we took 2 days. 2 days or so.
So that was cool.
All right. We've been talking about romance, love, work. Let's talk about what you can't stand in her sometimes. You know, you love her, but you don't like those things.
Sometimes she's not, the way she expresses herself, you know, but I've come to understand it. But sometimes people who don't really know her might be a bit offended because sometimes, you know, she's a very expressive person and she's emotional. So sometimes she just says what comes to her head, you know, or something that when she's upset, she just says things that, you know, might hit you the wrong way.
Like a true woman.
Yeah, so we have sometimes I said we shouldn't have said it that way, you know, and those are the kind of issues that we have, but we don't have serious hang-ups.
So that's from your point of view.
Yeah.
What of you about things you can't do?
He doesn't forgive easily.
Oh, really?
Everybody knows that. He can dwell on. He dwells on. If you
So how do you get him out of such mood?
You know, like I said, for me, I have a policy. I never go to bed with a quarrel. You know, so I have my ways of making sure he snaps out of it. But for those that are not me, I feel for them.
But the people ever come to you to adjudicate, like, oh, talk to your husband?
Yes.
So you get that often?
I've had that, yeah.
And does she get to you when she comes?
Well, it depends on the situation. You see, I'm the kind of person that if I have a friend, I don't really have much use for friends. I mean, I must be honest. I have a lot of acquaintances, people I know, but people I regard as my friends are not that many. You know, so I think I take friendship very seriously, and if I find you don't fit into, even though I want to relate with you, I don't want to relate with you on that level anymore. So if I kind of like make up my mind about somebody, it's very difficult for me to change my mind because it takes a lot for me to pull away from somebody. It takes a lot, but when I do, it's normally final. I don't go back.
Okay, we've come to the last lap of the show. That is a special message to each other. You're going to look into his eyes. I'm sure you do that every day. So it's like, oh my God, I just did this morning. I'm going to repeat it again. So look into his eyes and tell him some sweet nothings. We're not looking. Don't mind us.
Okay. My sweetheart.
Yes, darling.
Although I would much rather this said in private, but you know.
In front of
but
it's not NTA International.
Yes, well, so I don't have a choice. Now the world is going to know how proud I am to be your wife, and the mother of your children, and how proud I am of you, and how much I so very much love you. Now and always.
Time to retire.
How do I top that now? You made her go first.
You shock
all
yourself.
the better things. Well,
Copy.
It's been 19 years of friendship. Next year we'll be celebrating 20 years and 10 years of marriage. I'll do my best to make every second between now and then as happy as the last 19 have been. And you know you can always count on me. I'm always there for you. You know why? Because I love you.
Don't forget a kiss and a cuddle.
Listen.
Please, now you spoiled the movie. Wow. Wow. I'm actually tearing. Very romantic. And that's been our show. I know you enjoyed every bit of it. You've been inspired. Everyone is feeling very romantic right now. This is the way it should be. If you are thinking of getting married and you are already in a marriage, please emulate them today. Thanks for having us. Wish you all the best. We hope to see you some other time.